Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Monday. President Joe Biden and Congress plan to sign many bills into law this summer, which is wonderful news for Americans that need more financial aid from the government. Here is your fourth stimulus check update and daily news report, everyone. This coming Friday evening, I will be giving away a $75 Amazon gift card. To enter my giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and please remember to leave a comment below. Thank you so much, everyone. So millions of Americans want lawmakers in Congress to pass a fourth stimulus relief bill. And until recently, the act of governing seemed to happen at the speed of presidential tweets. But now President Joe Biden is settling in for what appears to be a very long summer of legislating. The great news is that Congress is ready. The House of Representatives and Senate are working through a months-long stretch. Lawmakers are trying to draft President Biden's big infrastructure ideas into bills that could be actually signed into law. Perhaps not since the drafting of the Affordable Care Act more than a decade ago has Washington tried a legislative lift as heavy. Joe Biden appears comfortable in this space, embarked on an agenda in Congress that's rooted in his top legislative priority. The $4 trillion Build Back Better investments now being shaped as American jobs and American families plan. To land the bills on his desk, Biden is relying on an old-school legislative process that can feel out of step with today's fast-moving political cycles and hopes for quick payoffs. Democrats are anxious it is taking too long and he is wasting precious time negotiating with Republicans. Today, President Joe Biden is expected to launch another week of engagement with members of both parties, and the White House is likely at some point to hear from a bipartisan group of senators working on a scaled-back $1 trillion plan as an alternative. But at the same time, the Biden administration is pushing ahead with the president's own, more sweeping proposals being developed in the House and Senate budget committees, tallying as much as $6 trillion, under a process that could enable Democrats to pass it on their own. Initial votes are being eyed for late July. White House Deputy Press Secretary Andrew Bates said, "This is how negotiations work. We continue to work closely with Democrats of all views, as well as Republicans on the path forward. There are many possible avenues to getting this done, and we are optimistic about our chances." During his administration, the former president had the full sweep of Republican control of the House and Senate for the first 2 years. But the limits of legislating quickly became clear. Republican Senator Rob Portman, who is a leader of today's bipartisan negotiations, said Sunday that the former president proposed an infrastructure package. If President Biden sticks with the bipartisan talks, he could not only fulfill a campaign promise, but keep his pledge of doing things across the aisle and getting something done. Everybody wants to do infrastructure. Even as Joe Biden reaches for a bipartisan deal, skeptical Democrats are wary of a repeat of 2009, when Barack Obama was president and they spent months negotiating the details of the Affordable Care Act with Republicans. But Democrats eventually passed the package. Thankfully, lawmakers also have been energized by the speed at which Congress was able to approve relief. They are eager for swift action on these next proposals. Biden's strategy this time is a two-part approach. He is trying to secure a bipartisan deal on roads, bridges, and broadband, the more traditional types of infrastructure, while also pursuing the broader Democratic priorities package. The budget committees are preparing some $6 trillion in spending on what the White House calls the human infrastructure of American lives, with child care centers, community colleges, and elder care in Biden's plans, adding in Democrats' other long-running ideas. Among them, expanding Medicare for seniors with vision, hearing, and dental services, and lowering the eligibility age to 60. Regardless of whether President Joe Biden succeeds or fails in the on-again, off-again talks with Republicans, Democrats will press on with their own massive package, the president at least having showed he tried. Now, there are millions of people throughout the country that have been receiving unemployment benefits as part of the American Rescue Plan stimulus relief bill. While traditionally, one might lose these benefits once they find work, there are programs right now in place to ensure workers can go back to work and still retain some of their benefits. President Biden highlighted in his speech that his administration would be helping to reaffirm programs already set in place that allows workers to return to work without giving up all of their unemployment insurance. In a press release, the White House outlined this program. It stated that as a business reopens without knowing if they will operate at full capacity or not, given the ongoing economic recovery, some will only bring on workers part-time. In order to encourage people who would otherwise seek full-time employment to take these positions, the unemployment insurance system will offer 2 different programs for this kind of worker. And so this is wonderful news for many Americans.
On infrastructure, Bernie Sanders is pitching a reconciliation package that's up to $6 billion that includes some of the president's other priorities.
Trillion.
$6 trillion. It's a lot more money that way.
I'm just here to get you the accurate info.
Thank you very much. If something $6 trillion big makes it to the president's desk, would he sign it, or is that too big?
Well, first, we're not quite there yet. And I would also note that the president has put forward a way of paying for these proposals, including what he feels are necessary reforms to our corporate tax system, and asking the individuals, the highest income individuals, the top 1%, to pay more. And he's put a range of ideas out there on the table and proposals out there on the table. We're going to have discussions with Congress about what it looks like, what Democrats are comfortable with as well. There's a range of views in the Democratic Party as well, but we're not quite there yet.
And the last one, a dozen or so states have now ended the federal unemployment benefits, the extra unemployment benefits. A couple more states are going to do that in coming days. Does the White House think that the governors who are ending these extra enhanced unemployment benefits before they expire are doing the right thing or the wrong thing?
Well, we have continued to implement or continuing to advocate to implement these unemployment benefits for the remainder of their tenure, which is just a couple of months. We don't actually know, because the data doesn't exist yet, what the impact of the implementation in these states is. Our view is that American families, there are still millions of people out of work. They still need a little bit of extra assistance. We also don't think that these benefits should be never ending. Hence, they're going to expire in early September. So we know governors are going to make their decisions. We continue to believe that with more than 7 million people out of work, that there's still additional assistance we should give to the American public. Why don't you go ahead after you said Afghanistan?
So everyone, that is the end of the video for this morning. I hope you found this information helpful. To enter the $75 Amazon gift card giveaway, which is scheduled for this coming Friday evening, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, share and like this video, and please remember to leave a comment below. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful and blessed Monday.